The hardest thing to do is to be true to yourself, especially when everybody's watching.
Yes.
The hardest thing to do is to be consistent with yourself, particularly while everyone's watching. Yes, it nearly appears as though it was more genuine serenity than it was about cash when you consider the most influential individuals in media outlets, which name springs up first with a vocation. Crossing many years, Oprah has made lots of fans and skeptics en route what might be said about individuals she's irritated what befalls them. A couple are sufficiently fearless to face her. This is the way it goes was okay, with no doubt you realize I found a way that to do what I like to do and stay away from a portion of the pieces of it that I was awkward with. What were you awkward with? Network program have. And multi-tycoon has an amazing history of culpable craftsman distinction and shame come connected at the hip, so it's certainly unavoidable. Comic Dave Chappelle has forever spoken the truth about his sentiments towards the Hollywood tip-top year one television program have incorporated. He's an alternate sort of jokester, somebody who truly won't hesitate to express his genuine thoughts and discuss his thoughts regardless of the kickback. Dave, alongside other significant names, uncovers that she has been accomplishing filthy work. Obviously, she has been utilizing dark entertainers to fabricate a billion dual realm, then blame everything on them. So it appears to be that the anchor person is utilizing her distinction and her circumstance to utilize different superstars and not putting in their time simultaneously. It's been said that she has a larger number of issues than only this. Recollect when there was a debate encompassing her and a dangerous episode of her Apple Television. In addition to series, the Oprah discussion circulated, the episode being referred to highlighted previous NFL star and race dissident Emmanuel Acho, who joined her for a two-section discussion on prejudice and white honor. One visitor communicated worries about gathering all white individuals, underlining that not every one of them have a similar degree of honor. Like an unknown dialect, on the off chance that you're truly going to be conversant in something, you must be drenched in that culture. She answered by recognizing that not all white individuals have a similar degree of influence, yet underscore that white honor actually exists no matter what their situation on the chap of progress. This started a firestorm via virtual entertainment, and nobody kept down Oprah. Ain't never been our ally. I'm so cheerful. All individuals are at last seeing it, one individual said, while someone else remarked the way that she can do this to individuals knowing where she came from is crazy. It really is. Dave Chappelle's assertions become more credible looking at the situation objectively, particularly with all that happened with Monique. Everybody knows who she is now that we're discussing her. I'm Maryland, and I saw this fat person of color on a program. We went on a field outing to that studio, and I embraced that lady F. And I said, when I recall her Mom's Day parody extraordinary at the Apollo in Harlem, the entertainer and humorist didn't think twice when she approached being debased by Hollywood naming names. In the process, a fan shared a video of Monique's tirade in which she tends to the anchor person Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels for discoloring her profession. God help us. I was not dark bear. I was white bear by some who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you for when Monique shed light on her position and the purposes for her choice not to take part in special exercises around then for valuable. She made sense of her discussion with her expressing, I'm doing a syndicated program. I'm doing a sire visit. I have a spouse and I have infants. I have a tad of margin time and I will make the most of it. So I'm not going anyplace on the grounds that not committed to go anyplace. I've done my part anyway. The aftermath brought about her being named as troublesome and difficult to work with. Pondering her counters, Monique featured the penances individuals make for Hollywood and the cost it takes on private connections. She stressed her familiarity with the business set of experiences where people forfeited everything for distinction just to wind up broken and desolate. Monique proceeded to uncover a fairly remorseful experience with the moderator in 2014 at a party, observing Lupita Nyong'o. This occasion denoted their most memorable gathering since she included Monique's sibling and guardians on the show. In spite of endeavoring to contact her to communicate her sensations of harmed and selling out, Monique found no goal. Now I then, at that point, get back to from Lee Daniels, and he said, wow, Oprah came dependent upon me and said, you're correct. She's truly not dazzled with the entirety of this hubbub, and grants Monique guarantees that Tyler Perry has been hauling her name through the mud. As per her, Perry purportedly educated Chief David Halbert regarding the troubles of working with her. Or yet, hang on, There's another side to this story. She doesn't stop at just allegations. She includes more piercing critique with the existing blend. Chief Lee Daniels of Valuable and Monique have a background marked by struggle. You realize the entertainer said that Daniels had offered her the peak of the host and the steward and the job of treat lion on the famous program Domain back in 2015 when she was talking with Influence on Influence toward the beginning of the day. Danny Solid, a co-maker Rome, questioned that the comic was at any point engaged as an expected cook. To me, this is something else, and I can't completely accept that this individual will trust me to get it done. Yet Daniels declared in a 2015 meeting with Ware Lemon that Monique had renounced herself. The chief said she's splendid, and I like working with splendid individuals. She was setting preposterous expectations, and she wasn't thinking this was when switch bigotry was occurring. I assume I told her you need to thank he makers of the movie, you need to thank the studios, and I figure she didn't comprehend that. And I said individuals won't answer well in the event that you don't. Monique, who secured an Oscar for her strong exhibition in Valuable, has opened up about a well-established fight with Chief Lee Daniels. As per Monique, their crack started when she unintentionally avoided Daniels with regard to her 2010 Foundation Grant Acknowledgement Discourse for Best Supporting Entertainer. From that point forward, the two have been snared in an exceptionally exposed spat, with Monique recommending that Daniels started an expert blacklist against her. At first, Monique asserted she was repudiated by Hollywood for her supposed request and saw troublesome way of behaving during the 2010 honor season. Referring to remarks credited to Daniels about her absence of mission endeavors for the movie anyway, during an appearance on the U.S. breakfast show Great Morning America, Monique moved the fault decisively onto Daniels. So when individuals take a gander at me, they say you are a fat individual of color. How might you venture to shout out? She implied that any difficulties she confronted were an aftereffect of being shunned by the chief himself, known for his work on Valuable, the Steward, and The Paper Kid, the show in. The background is essentially as extreme as the job she takes on screen secretly to incorporate Oprah. All of you all said secretly. I've done nothing out of sorts. We are around here in a game. This the case. Ain't this, ain't the person of colors down this, ain't the white man's down this, the cash game. We in the cash game met. Allow me to let you know what's the game. In a striking move, Monique picked family over the style of the Cannes Film Celebration in 2009, focusing on Valuable minute. With her significant other and 4 youngsters in the midst of the promotion of the 2009-20 grant season, the pessimistic buzz encompassing her choice was filled by monetary worries as she uncovered being paid a $50,000 for her work on the film Valuable. Lionsgate delegates diligently asked her to go to the celebration, setting off the media storm. Regardless of the difficulties, Monique will not play the casualty card, underlining her flexibility during a real second on Great Morning America. On the off chance that I had the contents and the calls would have quit coming, since Hollywood is a little local area, yet they come constantly, she said, adding kindly, don't feel terrible or sorry for Monique, since Monique doesn't feel awful or sorry for Monique. You would squander your energy. Hollywood could play offered her less parts beginning around 2009. Yet she's making a strong rebound. Prepare yourself for Blackbird, an impending free film investigating the battles of a man wrestling with his character in a moderate Baptist people group. Furthermore, Monique takes on a supporting job as the unbelievable M. Blustery and Bessie, a HBO dramatization featuring Sovereign Latifah as blues symbol Bessie Smith. So, me are feeling that she and different makers were the ones who began all the show. As per a narrative producer, she did a ton of obscure things towards Monique. This is demonstrated in the new film that portrays the connection among Monique and her over the course of the years, when Monique grumbled about the host not moving forward and assisting an individual with blacking. Lady, the producer, guarantees that she utilized her influence to have Mo renounced in Hollywood, despite the fact that nothing is completely demonstrated. All proof proposes that the